Hello, fair listener. Welcome and thank you for following our journey on metagaming by Rum Propelled Gaming. Fair warning, sometimes we are not safe for work, and others not safe for real life. Journey forth at your own risk. Now let's dive right back into Tarath through the campaign Many Polos.
Oh, you bloody Craig.
Fucking Craig.
Hello, Overlord Craig.
Is he going to talk to us like last time?
I hope so. Speak to us.
So, Ezra, you find yourself atop a table, very large, night sky above yourselves, all around, all the way to the edges of the table, bunch of mundane items on it, and you're standing upon a page that just reads, "Tareth, the path unfolds," with letters the size of you written upon it. What do you do?
This is not where I went to bed last night. He's going to investigate the area, trying to figure out why he looks so small compared to everything else.
Rick,
Alright.
is your character literate?
Oh, extremely.
Okay. You can go ahead and roll me that investigation.
One.
A 2.
He said one, I think.
No, I said one. I rolled a 3. I got a 1.
Oh, okay. So,
I was making a joke from a D&D short where a guy goes, "I got a 2."
apologize. So yeah, you look around for a bit, but then you find your gaze lingering on the candles, and then everything else kind of starts to shrink around you before you realize, oh, I should stop looking at these candles. I might go blind.
So shiny.
So you're going to be
Oh,
a
yes.
great addition to this team.
Fantastic. You fit right in.
Ezra kind of scratches behind his ear. Oh, no. Focus. I'll sniff it out. And he's going to see if there's a smell around him that kind of points him in the direction he needs to go.
Start sniffing in the air.
Yeah.
And is there anything that you were specifically meaning by looking for where he needs to go? Like food related? Or?
Food, people, anything of that nature. Is what he like. Is there people? Is there food?
Okay.
A smelly smell that smells.
So you do start taking a whiff, and there's all this at this point smells of many people that have passed this way. You can tell just from even you're realizing the amount of different smells you're smelling. It can't just be all from the books, the keys, the cards, and everything, the paper, or even the dice, or even the candles themselves that these smells are coming from, because there's just so many of them, even though they're all very light, as if they'd traveled through here briefly. But you're not sure where they would have gone, because it seems as if there isn't any real trail that you can follow with the smell, because the large lingering scents are about, even as you're kind of wandering, if you start wandering off the page that you're standing on, largely allocated there on top of the page.
Yeah, he goes over to like where, like towards the edge, and then he decides to jump up on the compass to see if he can see a little further.
You stand up on top of the compass and you look off into the starry void, and you realize, standing on the edge of the table too, there's just this gaping nothingness below you, and nothingness all around the table. It seems like just nothing within reach. There's just this starry night sky. There's legs to the table, but they seem to just be floating in whatever this area is.
Oh god, I'm trapped! I'm trapped! And then he tries. Basically, yeah, he's gonna punch something. Probably he's gonna probably punch down on the compass. Going, damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it!
As you're punching onto the compass, it starts to kind of vibrate in the same rhythm, even as you stop your smackings of it, and you're looking at around at it as the air. You finally realize that the needle on the compass is pointing directly towards you.
Oh, it's magic. Tell me, magical compass, where I go.
There's no response.
Do we get our torques when we get transported into the game, or as we're on the table?
I don't think at any point has anyone gotten their Torg at the table. It's been given to them at a later date by another character because it usually comes to them in some weird way. Like I think Kat got their Torg through a chest.
I don't remember.
I feel like I just woke up with mine, like
I
in
also-
game.
I also feel like I just woke up with mine.
Remind me what the Torg is?
It's like the necklace that lets us communicate with each other.
Oh, yeah, someone just gave it to me. I think Franklin just gave it to me. Or someone.
I gave you my like charm necklace to get into the base and a good berry.
Okay.
That's what I give people.
Oh, then I don't think I have the Torg.
Ezra's gonna jump down off the compass angrily. Stupid compass! Tried to pick it up and throw it.
Well, definitely a strength check. Also, I forgot to ask for this one. Could you roll? I don't think you'd need to roll to attack to hit the compass because it's not going anywhere. But could you roll damage for? We'll just split the difference here, and I'm gonna roll the percentage of this. Okay, 2 times that you hit it.
10 damage with my hands. 5 for each.
Oh, okay. For the unarmed strike. You notice that it's got a little bit more resilience than just glass that you would have expected it to. It doesn't quite break under that pressure.
And that's when he goes, stupid compass. He tries to throw it. And let's see, athletic 23 to try to chuck it.
So you squat this. You lift up the edge. You get up under it. And this is something that you might not be familiar with, but I do let people describe their own things. So if you want to describe how you succeed, I'm just going to tell you you succeed, and then you can tell me how. Otherwise, I can fill in the blanks for you.
Oh yeah, he jumped down, squats it real low, starts to lift up the compass and gets ready to throw. Where do I throw it? Question. Or does something happen before it throws and rolls away from me?
Nope. You got a hold of it. You're ready to throw it. You're able to do so.
I'm throwing it off the edge. I'm angry. I'm throwing it to the edge.
Uh-oh.
So you grab the compass. I'm imagining that you've lifted up the edge because this thing is 15 feet across. So you've lifted up one edge of it, gotten under it, and kind of gotten your back under it, then a squat, and then lifted it up like that with your hand kind of splayed out to either side, balancing this thing on your back. So when you throw it, I'm guessing you kind of lean off to one leg, trying to grab onto the edge of the compass and prep it ready to fire, almost as if you're yourself with a catapult, and launch it off the edge. As it comes flying over the edge and out into the space, it spins a couple times there, slower than you were expecting, before speeding up in that same spot. And the needle on the compass continues to spin, placing itself, pointing at you, and it starts to glow bright in your vision, and you go, "Ooh, shiny again!" And before your
Shiny.
vision gets whited out and then blacked out, and you fade into nothingness, and don't feel like you exist anymore for a second. It feels like. We're here, and we're going to start in the pocket rocket. So, for those that also haven't been experiencing this side of things,
Wait, were you going to do a recap?
apologies, another power there issue. I'm going back to. So, I was trying to say though that those of you that weren't, do you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Those of you that weren't here before, the last thing that you're remembering, whatever it was, you know what I didn't do either? The recap this time. Let's start there.
Whoops.
The hand of fate tosses, the dice rolls, spins, turns. A campaign starts and ends, leaving memories that become stories. Stories flow out into the infinite sea, painting it with legends. Legends wash up on the shores throughout the infinite sea, fading to myth until myths are forgotten, and the campaign that gave it birth comes again and again. The hand of fate tosses, the dice rolls, spins, turns. Hitherto, we left our adventurers on the 4th level of hell, Greed, after defeating a phallic maze known as the Acropolis. Going back. Okay. Too far. Here we go. Which was situated. Okay, yeah. Hitherto, we left the adventurers on the 4th level of hell, Greed, after defeating the phallic maze known as the Acropolis, situated in the 5th level of hell, in the center, in the swamps and quagmire of Anger, the 5th level of hell. After braving the maze peril of the march outside, the ghosts, the creepy crawlies, angry gray dwarves, two-headed Etten, and the undulating walls and skeletal beasts and demonic servants, and a gelatinous cube or gelatinous memory-eating beasts inside the Acropolis. They came to her door with a titanic eye. They deftly solved a riddle it posed, and with a flash of light from the center of the eye, the door itself, as well as the eye, disappears. Ash, Phelan, Flint, Franklin, and Mame enter the chamber beyond. At the center of this Acropolis, inside, a demon sits in front of a mirror overgrown by decrepit, pustule-laden tree atop a ziggurat. Jumping down and announcing himself as Fraz Uralieu, or Fraz for short, he claimed to be this level of Hell's seal. He then began attacking the Shadow Seekers with gusto and enjoying their attacks and the pain it delivered to him. As the melee came to a pinnacle and Mame chopped off his tail, which had grappled Ash, Fraz rescinded his claim as this level seal. And then Phelan confirmed he was telling the truth by reading his mind. Fraz gave Franklin chocolate he was eating out of spite. Fraz gave Franklin chocolate, which Fraz himself was eating out of spite of this invasion into his mind. And then Franklin asked Manipulus, who said this seal has magical resistance. The mirror that he was referring to is actually the seal. He only knows in breaking it, you have to break yourself. However, left in a bloodlust of drunken haze, Mame immediately chose violence. Even after Fraz's warning not to, Mame's axe strikes the mirror, and everyone except Franklin, Mame, and Fraz themselves falls unconscious with a shattering of their minds. Only surviving from Mame's healing mangoes and Franklin's healing touch, they decide now is the perfect time for another long rest and a recuperation inside the pocket rocket. Shadow Seekers poof into their cave home after the respite, and Franklin retrieves the sopping wet pocket rocket from Fraz after he pulls it from his pantaloons. Mame used their polished axe and Franklin the mask of true sight to view this mirror and the seal on Hell. They both see old companions and distinctive eye stalks of a beholder behind them inside of the mirror. Franklin learns and shares what his creature codex learned about the mirror as well. It is called a fractine prison. Franklin calls a huddle, and the Shadow Seekers speculate whether they should try to steal the mirror for their purposes. And as well as he continues to do tests with 4 more crickets. 2 and only 1 returns. The second, Geralt, joined the mirror prisons. The first one splats eyes closed, touching the mirror. No more. Oh no, Jeremy's dead. Franklin orders his family to stay. Orders Jeremy's family a stipend of the last 2. Only Amos is the only one to make it. Geralt's senses tell Franklin from inside the mirror, however, that it is a white void with no side to side, no up and down, and only forward, out of the mirror, and backwards into an infinite white void. Giving their brains a break, though, the Shadow Seekers decide to take another rest in the pocket rocket. While there, Franklin and Vomidra greet a potential new member, Callum Zarhorn, and decide to brave the infinite tower of Ishmael once more. Whereupon they make a deal with him for a personal space in exchange for that chocolate he had received from Fraz. They clear 1 level of with a tentacle bush monster and decide to rest in the tower. At which point, Callum Zarhorn and Vomidra Nishri cease to exist. Franklin opens his eyes in the pocket rocket to Ash and Flint's bickering, along with Phelan, who then all speculate on ways to break the seal to the 5th level of Hell with anger. Everything, in doing so, they continue their discussions all the way out to the mirror, where Flint sees Hamilton on the other side of it, at the same time that Hamilton, in the good campaign, is seeing Flint from the other side of it, and they both longingly reach out to each other, and there's a shattering, not only in their minds, but in everything around the Shadow Seekers on the 5th level of Hell, in the center of the Acropolis. And they fall into the 4th level of Hell, Greed. The Shadow Seekers find themselves dusting themselves off in front of a new tavern in a sweltering hot magma-filled cavern with a sign that reads, The Greedy Goblin, which proves to be true, as the 2 goblin muscles at the door immediately swindle them for an entrance fee. Ash pays them, but a drunken Franklin and Phelan get her gems back with threats. Ash then bargains with Bildrith, the main owner of the establishment, and learns of the deity of this level called Kai Shen. After learning this, Ash continues her bargaining with a kiss and more of her gems for 50% ownership of the Greedy Goblin. All the while, everyone else is ordering at the bar from Steven, a very friendly bartender goblin. Bildrith allows Ash his personal name, also, Bill. He then says she can drink for free at the Greedy Goblin anytime she likes. And I gotta go back to this way. There we go. Which, upon the successful placing of the armband on Ash and a pouch which she received to explain that she would get her earnings from the Greedy Goblin once per day in said pouch, and the armband acted as a symbol of this. More drinking ensued at this successful deal. Drunkenly, all the Shadow Seekers head up to their room for the evening, close and lock the door, then jump into the pocket rocket. Franklin immediately sneaks out after everyone lays down to find the two guards that had tried to swindle them earlier, attempting to break into their room. He surprises them and proceeds to drag them into the pocket rocket, stripping them of all their flesh and organs, animating their skeletons. Phelan, Franklin, and Ash in the pocket rocket wake up to a tink, 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 tink getting louder and resonating through their entire home and pounding inside of their skulls. With that pain, they all groggily walk towards the eating area inside of the pocket rocket and immediately start guzzling some calf, wipe away the pounding in their heads, along with a hearty breakfast served by the goblin skeletons, which they ask no questions of, and a dire cricket inside their skulls. They then decide to head out onto the goblin town and begin a shopping spree. The first place they head to is an enchantment shop run by a goblin named Isils, and then start into some of the street vendor shops. Let's find out what happened this time. Hope that gives everybody enough context.
Guys, am I a monster?
Still gotta open up everything back up here too. But yeah, so I think I've touched on things that everybody should know, at least for the most part.
Excellent.
I'm trying to get the
He needs power.
There we go. I just had running after that too while I was. And now I still need to drop this. This is what I was about to do before. Is dropping this bookmark over here. And first, actually, I need to go back to here too and grab Ezra's token. But for those of you that had not been here, your consciousness before was covered in darkness, and as a sense of time no longer existed for you during this point in time, your consciousness continues with a feeling as you covering your body start to feel like you've lost all weight and you're floating effortlessly in the void in no particular direction in a void of nothingness, and your wants, wishes, and will drifted away inside of it. Only one feeling persists: you are all things because you are nothing. There is no movement, but everything, including you, moves infinitely fast, knowing all things and knowing no thing. Have all things, but hold no thing. And then all of a sudden, colors and lights streak across your vision. A persistent bubble, bubble spurs to life inside of you. What is you? The life bring that you bring with it, a weight physically that encompasses the sense of you and that of time as you feel yourself, and begin to realize there is a you, a clear desire, dream, and determination pulls you towards it, growing and changing evermore, and you flow out into the evolving you at a solid chug, chug, chug inside of your current forms, which is, Regina and Warren, who find yourselves in the pocket rocket, wherever you last left yourselves. Warren's case, you're at the bar, I believe, passed out drunkenly. Move your character over there. Thomas Gray Maxim III was that name you were looking for earlier. Regina, I think you were asleep on a bed.
Yes, I am on the bed.
Over here, right?
Yes. Who else is in the bedroom with me?
No one. No one's here that are for those characters. So they're currently in that empty void that I was describing earlier.
Gotcha. Okay, I didn't know if it was anyone playing right now.
No,
Okay.
no, and to your recollection as well. It's kind of a newer change for yourself. I've been role playing it, meta wise, table cats off kind of thing. Is that even you as Regina cease to remember those other characters. Like maybe when you're waking up, you're like, "Hey, where are those other people?" Wait, there were other people? Maybe it was a dream. I don't know.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I look over my shoulder and I see this freaky little skull-shaped plant thing
Mm-hmm.
for the first time, and I say, "Hey, Mom!" It's not actually the first time, it's because I don't remember, just for the record, but yeah. So I'm like, "Wow, it's Mom! You're here!" Is it my turn to do something, or?
Yeah, you can walk around, do what you would do,
Yeah.
and tell me if you were doing anything else besides that. The creature there, that's a skull-shaped root bulb, opens and closes its mouth with no words coming out, really. Do you have any mental communication with your familiar too? I'm not sure on that note.
Not that I had planned, no.
Okay.
Josh, can you change my token back to my original one?
Oh shoot. Do you know what it was?
It was just like a red guy, like 2 swords.
A red guy, you say?
Yes. It was like a hooded red figure with 2 swords.
I think I know which one you're talking about. I'll get to that in a second. I think there's something wrong with my setup that I'll have to figure out in the future, but working through it. Do you do anything while you're sitting at the bar there, Warren, as you're coming back to consciousness?
It's been a while since I've been in game. Can I roll to see if I've got the box open, the crown?
You can roll to attempt. You would probably have thought of that first, pulled it out, and realized it is currently still locked.
All right. What I have to roll?
Oh, what were we saying with that? I know lock picking was generally a dexterity based skill.
I can do lock picking.
Okay.
Just get back.
Depends upon exactly how you're trying to open it too, because I think there's a description in there. I'm still getting everything back up again after another issue there. There was a description though. Going to Warren.
that's still in my other character's backpack because I haven't updated.
Oh, you never transferred it over after getting it back on the last Eurythmic Veracity.
No.
Gotcha.
Does it just keep changing hands?
Yep.
Mithril cube. This cube is 18 inches across and radiates a palpable magical energy. 5 sides of the cube are blank. The 6 had a white curved teardrop with 13 black dots. You can use an investigation.
And you see of those 13, before there were two, or there was only one of those slots that had a kind of grayish hue to it. Now there's another one that's lit up on it that has a reddish hue to it.
So roll lockpick.
You can. There was no holes really, so if you have any description on how you want to try and open something like that.
Press buttons randomly.
Okay.
I don't know what I would roll to do that. Maybe just roll it. Sleight of hand.
Yeah, sleight of hand is generally associated with it, and you get your if you're proficient in lockpicking, you get to add your proficiency if you have those lockpicks usually.
I get to add my proficiency to that on with
Yep.
I have lockpicks.
Mm-hmm.
I do have lockpicks. So that is a 27.
Nice. You were messing around with it, and you put your lockpicks into the other holes, which they themselves don't have anything in them necessarily, but they're only kind of these recessed divots. So you're wondering where that color of the other ones come from. So you kind of try to like pry around the edge where the other color is, and you can kind of tell that the colorations themselves are a dulled out stone-ish material, but you're not sure where it's coming from because you're scraping along those edges, and you can kind of feel that there's maybe a hairline area where your picks are able to sit, but there's nothing behind, nothing to the side besides that, and it does not open.
Interesting.
And I'm guessing that's when Regina, the small drow child, climbs down the ladder out of the bed chambers and down to the bar where you're sitting fiddling with this cube.
Yes, I had walked over. I actually walked past these bugs over here first.
Uh-huh.
And I want to go up to the bugs and check out what they're all about. What do I see?
You see them occasionally too. You see a skeleton, a goblin skeleton about the size of height of you. You know, walk up and set down a small piece of shiny metal on the table next to them, as well as the goblins themselves, or the bugs, which you realize have to be crickets, and they have to be Franklin's crickets, although maybe a little bit bigger than the last time you've seen them.
Do I know that they're Franklin's crickets?
You're pretty sure, I would say, from having interacted with them and hit bugs before.
Okay, so my memory of everyone else is coming back.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's the people that are still here. So Franklin is here today with us.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Yeah. They're also watching the babies, unless the babies stopped existing.
That's right. Nope, Ash is here.
This is also a laboratory.
That they're doing odd experiments, it seems like, that you don't understand, and with materials and such.
Okay, I'm most curious about the skeleton guys that gave me a coin. So I'm gonna try and talk to the skeleton. I'm gonna say, "Hey, you." Can they hear me?
It turns its head and you realize inside of the skeleton skull is another cricket that seems to be controlling it to some degree.
Okay.
And they kind of wave and do some gesturing, but there's no verbal response.
So I'll say, "Thank you for the coin," and I'm gonna pick it up, shove it in my mouth, chew on it for a bit, and I'm gonna spit it out and look at it. Is there any like writing on it? Is it just money? Is it
They
what
didn't.
is
I may have been a misinterpretation. They didn't. Or maybe they. Sure, I'll
they
just go with it. I'm just going to roll with it. So they rolled. They walked out and they were going to set it on a table, but it kind of looked like they were handing it to you, maybe, and you just picked it up out of their hand out of curiosity, and you realize it's just like a hunk of metal, and then you see them walk back into the bathing chambers off to your right, and go waltzing down under the water, and you hear a soft ting ting through the whole structure that you're standing in currently.
walk over to the bathing chamber? I'm following the skeleton cricket person. Where are they going?
Under the water, they walk directly under the water without even pausing.
Okay. All right. Bye, skeleton guy. We'll wave, and I'm going to go up to the bar again because I remembered seeing someone over there.
Yeah.
Okay, so is this hunk of metal something of interest, or is it just part of the experiment? Can
It's definitely shiny. You can roll an investigation if you'd like.
Okay. Let me up. I don't think I'm hooked up to my D&D Beyond isn't on the roll 20, so uh, I'll just tell you I got 12.
Oh, very nice. Um, so you're looking at it and you're realizing it's a little bit heavier than what you would expect for its size, as well as that it's kind of crystalline, although it is metal,
Oh,
and still silver and shiny, but it's maybe not something that you're 100% sure. You would guess, with your limited experience and years, that it's heavier silver, hunk of silver almost.
okay. I am going to take it and can I put it in my satchel?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Take the coin. But again, I think I picked it up. I smelled it, I tasted it. I hand it over to mom and say, "Hey mom, try this out." And they takes it, and I'm actually going to hold out my bag, and mom's going to spit it into the bag, and there is no further exchange about that right now. So,
Okay.
all right. Now I'm going to go back to the bar where I saw someone over there. All right. Okay. So who was that at the bar again?
You're walking up and you'd come across him once as he'd come out of the pocket rocket drunkenly and lit his head on fire.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
And um, I think you still introduced yourself at that time as Warren, I believe, to Regina. Warren,
Possibly.
but you can say otherwise.
All right. So,
So Yeah, you guys are standing there staring at each other, I guess.
I'm just kicking the ground,
No, I'm too.
staring at my feet, hoping. What'd you say?
I'm entranced with my box, trying to get it open. Kind of
Need some
oblivious.
help?
Sure.
Okay. So I'm gonna take my grimy, sticky child hand out of my nose, and I'm gonna reach over to the box and then say, "What's in there?"
My crown.
Is it... What's going on with the box? Like, is it a lock and key, or how is it fastened?
If it was just a lock and key, I would have already had it open by now. It's some sort of mechanism that takes some sort of, I guess, either combination of button presses or
Sorry, you cut out. I missed that part.
if it was just a lock and key, I already have it open by now. But it's some sort of mechanism that requires multiple button presses or something along that lines.
Okay. What's so important about this crown?
It's mine, and I want it.
Fair enough. Want to see the cool rock I found?
Sure.
Okay. So I put it on the table. Do you think this is worth anything?
I was going to ask this earlier, Josh.
Yeah.
My gold chest place allows me to locate valuable items, right? Can I tell how valuable an item is by how much it interacts?
It wouldn't be very accurate. You wouldn't be able to tell them unless you yourself had some kind of like way of explaining it that I haven't thought of. But I would say right now that your nipples are about half cocked at the item.
Ask about who is it with the nipples?
That would be my character, I guess.
Oh, cool. Okay. Okay. So your nipples are picking up on something.
Yeah, it's probably worth something.
It's fucking great.
I don't think a child should ask that question, but okay.
What is that poking through your shirt, sir?
I don't have a shirt. I have a gold chest plate that lets me detect valuable items.
Oh, so I probably don't see anything through that.
No. You might hear ting ting.
This is the most awkward exchange I think I've had in a long time.
Yep.
Good. That's how we like it. Awkward.
All right then.
I don't remember how it turned into that it made my nipples hard. It used to just let me detect stuff. But one way or another, this is what we've ended up doing, and it's too late to change now.
I think it's a good measure.
It's a good way to introduce people into the game. This is the level of weird we get to.
Real quick.
Okay, well, I guess I'll just put this back in my pocket and be like, well, good luck with that.
Also, too, you're pretty sure, at least at a half glance at that, you would know, Warren, from your experiences, that that is adamantium.
You could do some pretty cool stuff. We found a Wolverine.
What?
Nothing. It's just an inside joke to myself.
Okay. So do you choose to comment on the rock, or are you not really looking? You're looking at the box.
It's adamantium.
What's that?
It's a precious metal, but not like silver or gold. It's more of a. Well, Josh, can I get some help here?
Yeah, it's prized for its resilience, usually used in armor and such, you would know.
It's very strong. Makes good armor, but
Okay. Nice.
very difficult to work with, I assume.
Okay. Well, thank you. I put it back in my bag and kind of kick nervously at the floor and stare at my feet like a child, hoping,
Do you want something?
do I want something? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where my parents are. They left me here, and I'm trying to look for them. And I had some friends before, but just like my parents, when I fell asleep, they were gone when I came back. Have you seen my friends?
Your parents left you here.
Not in the pocket rocket, but in hell, you know, as one does.
Can you describe these friends?
There was this. Sorry, my cat's climbing on me. There was this turtle boy, and
Oh, you mean Franklin?
yeah, and then a
Uh,
couple other, I don't know, people, grown-ups.
Well, I'm not sure where they're at, but I'm sure if I'm here, they're somewhere around.
Can we hear this conversation at all?
This
I would
is
say
excruciating.
I would say no. This was happening inside the pocket rocket, and they aren't projecting it over the torgs, as what I understand. Their intent is they're just talking to each other.
Okay, we're not in the pocket rocket right now. Okay. I
Right.
thought we had ended like out in the like street or whatever, but I could see my character on the map, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, your character might have been on the map, but that's more of an oversight than an intention.
Okay. Just making
All right. So I have my little pocket rocket button on me, though. Like the thing that takes me in and out.
Oh yeah, and you're currently, you're inside of it. The last thing that I was trying to do, and I think I may have. I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to get this character token, and as you guys are standing there at the table, talking to each other, is right when you hear, and it is audible, of a in the air haste, and right next to Warren is a large figure. If you want to describe yourself, Benson. Ezra.
So this large 6'2", you could say he looks human, except for his nose is a little hawkish, and his ears are a little pointed. Long gruffy beard, and carries a big axe on his back. Fur lined kind of like vest and leather jerkin pants. Uh, and he's kind of looking around like he's lost and confused at the moment.
Hi there. Want to be my friend?
You see a small drow child asking you, and
I'm standing uncomfortably close, just staring at you.
Where you come from?
Over in that bedroom over there. This is where I live now. And I just have this like dead stare in my eyes, and I'm just drooling looking at you.
Did you touch the magic compass?
The what?
The magic compass. Did you touch it? Is that why you're here?
Yes, I have. It's a necklace, right?
a torque, and you realize, yeah, it's a necklace that it has an open slot in the front, and it wraps around the back of your neck, and it's like this twisted metal with this ball on either side, and you find yourself with one as well, Ezra, now. So to answer your questions from before, it's whenever you get off the table till you get a torque.
Okay. So I hold it up. I'm like, this magic compass.
That's not compass. It was big.
Wait,
Are we talking about the?
do you mean
Oh,
like like carriage size or like table size?
He kind of gestures like above his, like lifts his arms in the air. Like, no, like big, big.
Were you on a table?
oh yeah, that table. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of ended up here. Met some cool people. They invited me into their pocket rocket. What else do we do? We're just kind of going through hell, looking for. Are we still looking for sexy Satan?
I do believe at one point we do need to run into sexy Satan.
Okay. And I'm just gonna say, as a matter of factly, what?
I think
Sorry.
I think that's just our overlord Craig joining in
Yeah,
somehow.
that's what it sounded like.
You Craig, my lord, you're here.
Give us your
I've
wisdom.
been waiting. I've done as you instructed. I've installed the software on everyone's computers.
So if you can, it's hard, but I just generally ignore him. But yep.
No.
Don't ignore
Okay.
the Lord.
I keep
It-
hearing these voices. Are you hearing voices? I'm saying this to the guy standing in front of me.
I-
Oh, I didn't
Are
even
we
ask.
supposed to
What's
hear?
your name?
Are we supposed to hear voices? I have really good hearing. Are we supposed to?
I don't know.
He lays down to like where you're, like your head level, like puts his ears up next to you, like
I don't
I
know.
don't hear anything.
I don't know which voices I'm supposed to hear anymore.
Can you hear my voice?
Yeah, among others.
Good,
I'm Regina,
Ezra.
and I reach out my sticky, slobbery hand to shake yours. Still staring at you.
He
Where did you
grabs your hand and like kind of like lifts you in like a shaking motion.
Oh. All
I
right.
like you.
I like you too. Want to be my
Let-
dad?
Did you allow that? I guess then, Gina. You can try to fight it, but
What
just
am I? Did I miss something?
are you allowing yourself to be picked up? So I know
Yeah.
both of you are relatively newer. Well, you're not so much as Ezra, but Regina, you're newer in the D&D world. You can decide not to allow somebody to do something. It is your like PC right.
You can contest a athletics to strength.
Yep. If you
No.
didn't want to be. Okay.
No, I'm good. I'm just chilling. I'm no thoughts in my head, just voices, just saying that, and I'm, going up. I want to be my dad.
You be my wolf pup, and he puts you on his shoulder.
Oh, wow! Now I have my dad and my mom, and I gesture toward the giant floating, plant root skull thing. You weren't here before, but I have a familiar that's like a floating. It's shaped like a skull, but it's made of roots,
Mm-hmm.
and that's mom. So, gang's all here, mom and dad.
Yes.
Want to help me find my friends?
Let us find friends.
Okay.
More friends, good.
Before we transition anywhere else, real quick, Warren, were you still just fiddling with that box? I'm guessing while they were having that
Yes,
conversation.
I was I was kind of interested in the giant guy who just appeared, or the guy who just appeared next to me, and I was kind of listening into their conversation and grimacing at how disgustingly wholesome it turned out to be.
Amazing.
No one's responded that positively to Regina yet.
And when they said she said, "Do you want to help us find our friends?" It kind of clicks in my brain, and I look down, and I tap on my torque, and I go, "Hey guys, where are you?"
And you guys actually realize to Regina and Ezra that Warren's voice comes through your torques as well, just because he's projecting intent towards other people.
I hear voices now.
And that's when you, Ash and Franklin, hear their voices at the same time that you cease to remember who Phelan is, who was traveling with you guys at the market.
Oh, our money bags.
No, that's it. That's Ash. You're good.
Oh, thank God.
She was having some pretty good ideas, and I think Ash would remember that. Be like, somebody told me something really clever earlier, but now I don't know who said that to me.
I have no idea. This place is weird. We should burn it down. Oh,
I was like, we should free Manny first and then burn it down. Or maybe we need to burn it down to free Manny? We should figure that out.
we should. Anyway, did you hear that?
I did hear that. And I tap on my Torg and I'm just like, hey, you're finally awake? Because it like comes to me that you were asleep, but I'm like, was he asleep?
I think I was mostly drunk.
Yeah, you were passed out, drunk.
I think that's pretty normal. And that's kind of just like, I don't know, shifting through the fog of my brain of like, I remember him, but I don't remember him. Oh, well, we're in hell. Things are fuckery.
Why does no one remember anything?
I don't know.
When people fall asleep now in hell, they disappear from our minds.
Yeah. Sometimes they just vanish, and then sometimes they come back, and then you remember them again, but then you forget that you didn't remember. It's kind of like a dream. He gets a nosebleed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are our brains okay? Does it feel like things are rattling around up there?
No,
Like, I literally feel like screws are loose.
Nope. You're fine. Physically, at least.
We're hearing a ringing.
That's when
Anyway.
you hear one of the goblins that are walking by you guys, hawking some sort of snake oil of. Do you hear ringing in your ears? This is tendinitis. We can solve it with this oil and blah blah blah. It may cause blah 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 blah.
Turn to him. I will kill you if you don't shut up. And then I walk away.
I turn to the goblin and I'm like, and he means it. And I wink at him and then I walk after Franklin.
Touch my ear. Hey, how's it going, bud? We're actually out in the market right now buying stuff if you guys are interested. Lots of stuff to buy. Glad you're up. It's been a while.
Second question.
Uh,
Where are we?
I don't know. I'm not where you are. You tell me.
This is a very off-topic question, but does Franklin have ears?
I think turtles have ear holes.
Yeah,
But
yeah, it's like
not
the
like-
whole. Yeah.
Neither
not
here nor
Forbidden. Forbidden hole.
forbidden hole. No.
Well used.
Oh God. Oh God.
Secret tunnel.
No!
Franklin is a child.
Yes, he is.
Okay,
Had a
ignore
rough
me.
time.
I was just ignore me. Disregard.
You're good. You guys would hear this too, obviously. Regina, you would recognize the sound of my voice.
Hi, friend.
Oh, hey. I turned to is it Ash?
Yeah, it's Ash that's still
Yeah.
here.
Turn to Ash. Ah, it looks like Regina's up too, so it's Warren and Regina. Yes, my
Craig,
lord.
we understand.
Uh-huh. Yes. Okay.
Praise be Craig.
Cool. I let them know you could hear, obviously. that we're out shopping. Should we like choose like a premium destination? I kind of scan around, looking for like a landmark or something like that, while also covertly asking what the city chamber it looks like that we are in.
Oh, did we leave? Do we know that they're in the pocket
Be
rocket?
gone. No, they said, "Where are we?" And I said, "I don't know. I'm not where you are."
Okay. I would answer that, be like, we're on a new level of hell.
Yes, my lord.
I
I understand.
Oh
And-
boy.
17 nukes.
didn't write down what level of hell we're on.
Alright, so this like bar slash like lounge area that we're like at is a new level of hell.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we're just in the pocket rocket though. We're not.
What is the pocket rocket? Warren
That's a
asked
very
the
good question.
character.
Yeah.
Because I don't think my character has ever been explained this.
Yeah,
I
you
think-
know, a pocket rocket. So you're asking that to Regina?
I guess over to everyone. I don't know.
I mean, go for it, Regina.
Oh, so this is our pocket rocket. It's our little cozy home, but there's this, rock, the pocket rocket, that travels with our friends. So if we push these buttons, then we'll be able to come out of the pocket rocket and we'll be in hell.
She points to her torque, which has a poop symbol on it, which you realize yours does have a poop symbol on it, Warren, at this time. You kind of just vaguely forgot. Because you did come out of the pocket rocket in the middle of the Acropolis at one point and then went back in. But
I
Um,
did.
yes, yes, you did. However, you're looking over at Ezra at the current time, and you're going, he doesn't have a poop symbol, poop emoji symbol.
But where was Acropolis? What are you doing?
That's the center. That was the. You only came out briefly. That was where the crab demon was. Right when Phelan turned everything to fog, as you guys were fighting it, and the walls were undulating.
Are you sure that I was here for that?
100%.
Because none of what you just said struck any like chord of memory, which it totally should have. I think I should remember a giant crab demon. But
yeah, well, you kind of did stumble out of the pocket rocket drunkenly, and used alcohol that you'd found behind the bar, high-proof stuff, to get the mustache off of your face.
All right, I do remember this.
And then you lit your sword on fire, which ignited the fumes of alcohol that you had suffused your face and head with, and lit your head on fire. That was the same place.
I also remember this, but
Cool.
I thought it was here.
I think it may have, taken over your memory of the rest of it just because your head was on fire. It's kind of hard to remember anything else when your head's on fire.
Wisdom.
Yeah, it's slightly distracting.
All right. Guess we should head out. Ash, no.
So
Yeah.
Which one? Ash.
Ash.
Uh,
Oh God.
apples, peaches, tangerines. What the fuck were they?
Mangoes.
Mangoes. That's the thing I was trying to remember.
Magic mangoes.
Would they grow hair back?
Would they grow hair back? Oh. I mean, we could always see. We could just eat one and see what happens.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys touch the poop emojis and will yourselves out.
did our one friend, Dad, didn't have the poop emoji? Is that what you said?
Correct.
Okay.
You're
guess
sitting
I-
on his shoulder currently, though, so
Oh, I see.
I guess we should describe our characters to him too. Or does he
You-
already know?
You could briefly do that after you get out of the pocket rock, maybe.
Okay.
You'll find yourselves. You guys try to go to like a quiet side street, I'm guessing, in the meantime. Out there on the outside of the
Yeah,
pocket rock.
we could go to a secluded place. I will look around and point something out, and again try to be wary of pickpockets. Like just be like on the alert out of the corner of my eye.
Right. Yeah, that was just
Yep.
a final description that I did forget to write down. That was the last thing that happened right at the end of the session, as you guys realized there are people trying to pickpocket you.
Oh,
Oh,
wait.
yeah, that's
Do
true.
they?
I
do
got
they say?
this.
Do they say that over the thing?
I don't know.
No, I mean I didn't.
Oh no, my character has a lot of shit on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't say it over the torque. I just said it to Franklin so that we could like go to someplace secluded without being mugged. But I mean,
That's
I
a-
think they would have a difficult time mugging us.
You're not wrong. Hey guys, and then Franklin will kind of do a shimmy to wake up the swarm in his shell. Can you guys just like cover us and then look in all directions for pickpockets? Thanks.
Uh, who was it that survived the mirror? Amos. I think
Yeah.
wasn't it? So Amos comes out and he goes, "Oh, he's a little bit bigger than you slightly remember, but he goes, yep, boss. And he's looking around your shoulders and he goes, "What about over there in that space? It looks like there's a small hole over between those buildings." And I kind of already dropped your characters in that space before I
What?
That's fine.
put the bookmark there.
That seems perfect.
And then they kind of guard the entrance to this little like back alley behind.
We
some
also
houses.
had rings of fire resistance, and didn't we have enough for everyone?
Mhm.
Okay.
You had
Once we
7
get,
more besides the ones that you guys had
Yes, my
put
lord.
on.
I will like once we get to a private, secluded place, I will start like rummaging through my bag to get those back out.
Okay.
Pull out the pocket rocket and then tap
As
my
you do-
ear. Hey guys, feel free to head out whenever you want. We're at a secure location. I nod. And then shut up.
All right. I guess I just press the button.
So as you guys press the button, including yourself, Regina, on Ezra's shoulder, all is poof into this purplish smoke. You can feel yourselves and sense yourselves floating out of the space and into a new space, kind of. And then as you materialize in the new space, there's this ever-present heat that surrounds you, and that's the very first thing you notice, as well as that it is your friends are in front of you, and you're standing on top of a metal grate that's over top of magma. You realize it's got to be magma because you look up above your heads and there's a enclosed cavern space, easily 100 plus feet above you, but it's not the sky.
I turn to Warren and I hand him a ring of fire resistance, and I'm just like, here, you might want to put this on. This will help with this sweaty area.
That would have been useful. Like, I don't know. However long it's been since I fucking set myself on fire.
Well, we just happened to find these. And then I turn to Regina and notice, because she's still sitting on the big guy's shoulder, right?
Yeah.
I go to hand one to Regina, but then I stop for a second. And I'm like, who the hell is this?
You don't touch my pup.
This is fuck, I forgot his name. This is Warren in character, by the way. I don't know. This big guy, Manny has blessed us with another companion, it seems.
Did you say your character's name yet?
Yeah,
No.
to Regina. To Regina.
But only to Regina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is my dad.
This is
Just-
your dad?
Yeah, tell him.
Yeah.
You don't touch my pup.
You say this, and the person who was asking who the hell is this is a 4-foot tall changeling with pale skin and pale hair and a blue and leather dress, kind of just like staring you down.
He stares
say-
back.
I say I just witnessed this adoption happen, and it was very heartwarming in all the Hallmark movie ways.
Somebody loves me.
And the guy who's saying this is also 6'2". I don't know. That seems like a really common height. Characters apparently.
6'2".
Yeah, is a 6'2" dude with dark black hair, a goatee,
Patchy hair.
patchy hair. Kind of looking.
What was that? You were overwritten by Craig there for a second.
I said kinda unkempt,
Ye-
like looking, not like how do I put, not like mad scientist. Like he brushed his hair like 6 weeks ago, and it's still in that shape, but it's just
Slightly burnt. There's some glue still left in it.
yeah. And he's wearing red robes and a gold chest plate and has 4 swords, all of the swords.
The gold chest plate, for some reason, has prominent nipple dent.
It has bat nipples on it.
Bat nipples, yeah. I know. We keep describing it, and I just keep imagining that Batman suit.
Oh, not the bad nipples.
Oh, and then, of course, right in front of you, Ezra, is Franklin the turtle. If you want to
Yeah,
describe
so Franklin the turtle is about a 13-year-old, seemingly, male turtle, about 4'6", right around there. He looks exactly like Franklin the turtle from the children's books, except his right arm or left arm, I think, is a skeletal hand up to the elbow. And he has is covered in insects. They're crawling all over him into his shell, like they're covered the wall, the floor, everywhere around. There's one sitting on his shoulder with like a little spyglass looking out. He turns to you and says, "Oh, the little guy, hi." And I turn to the others, "Hey guys, high fives, hugs." And I hug everyone.
I'm still questioning the newcomer, like staring at them, but I do want to give Regina the ring of fire resistance, and I kind of like reach up because how tall is how high is she sitting from me?
How tall are you again?
Yeah, I'm 4 foot.
She's about 2.5 feet in the air above you.
Okay, so I just stretch out to just hand her this ring, and I'm like, you should put this on, it helps with the heat. And I'm holding a couple more rings in my hand, and I'm still staring at you, who hasn't given me your name yet. And I'm just like, so you're her dad, but when I met her, he didn't have one. But you
Like,
adopted
She my
her?
pup. Yes.
Like I said,
As he stares intensely at you, and his facial features start to become more feral and dog-like.
I change into a perfect rendition of him, and I'm looking him eye to eye now.
I look better.
I turn to Franklin, still in the newcomer's form, and I'm like, "What do you think? Should I give him a ring of fire resistance?
I look
Is
him
he also
over.
affected at all by the heat? Does he just like, nah, I don't give a shit, or is he like starting to sweat?"
I don't
Oh
know.
no, he's
Let's
like,
go up.
It feels like 100-degree day with 100% humidity currently. Well, 99%. It's not raining.
No, yes, there is. There's physical droplets of like rain just in the air, but they're not like falling. It's so humid, they're just like floating.
They're sustained.
Yes, Craig.
They
I'll ask
understand,
him.
Craig.
I turn to
one too many.
I turn to you and I say, "Well, let's take a look at him." And I look him over. He's got a torque, so he came here the same way as us. I walk up to him. I start patting you down. What'd you pick up?
pick up what? Pick you up?
No, don't pick me up. I can pick myself up. No. What did you pick up on the giant game table? And he starts getting a nosebleed.
I threw compass.
Okay, check your pockets, see if you've got one. I turn, give Regina a hug. I'm so glad to see you. We're in a great spot. You should get a plant. Yes. Yeah, I just asked him. Okay. So nice to see you.
I ask you, I'm like, you threw the compass? The compass on the table, and I'm trying to like think back, and I'm remembering the size of a coin. Wait, am I remembering the size of a coin? I guess I would have a vague recollection of the coin, since we have like the shared memories.
And we gave the coin to no, that was the other campaign.
The coin cut a god in half that
That's
we were
right.
interrogating.
Yep. There's another coin in the other campaign too.
Yeah, but this is like a fuzzy memory. We're like, oh, why do we remember that?
Yeah.
And
You
I'm
get
just like, you
nosebleeds.
threw. Blood starts to come out one ear, and I'm like, oh, wetness. And I'm just like, I guess you have a Torg. And I turn back to myself, and I'm like, maybe you should put one of these on.
What is everyone's passive perception, by the way?
Oh,
Passive perception 15.
12.
Where is that again?
Left
Yeah,
side.
Also 12.
Where do be the crocodile?
13 is mine.
Oh, Lord.
I think
Passive
we're being yelled at. He's
perception.
disappointed in us.
Passive is 14, but I've got my bugs on standout or on lookout.
Right.
Perception is, what is that under?
The passive perception is on the left side of the sheet there.
Okay, yeah. Mine's 15, and Bob's would only be 10.
Okay. So Ash and Franklin, both having those vague recollections and a slight nosebleed, look up to try and kind of stop the nosebleed and see, almost as if precipitating out of the top of the ceiling, a compass that is the size of all of you. Slowly, almost looks like it's dripping out of the ceiling.
I see it. I'm like, guys, we gotta move.
I don't know. I think it'll get smaller. Well, no, that's not true. We have to use the rigs. We're gonna want that. And I point up at the ceiling at it, and I nudge. What's your name? I forgot.
Hi, Ezra.
Ezra. That's a great name. I point at the ceiling. That's the compass you touched, right? You're gonna want that.
I go to. You watch my pup. I put Regina down, and I go to try to grab the compass.
Oh, you're gonna try and catch it as it's falling from over
Yep.
100 feet?
Me
Oh,
and
Yep.
Bob
yeah.
just move out of the way. I kind of grab Franklin by the shoulder, and I'm just like gently trying to get him to step back. I'm like, "Come on, don't get squished, please."
Yes, I will follow in that.
I'll pull Regina. So you got adopted. Congratulations.
I'm adopted?
That's
No,
is that your biological dad?
I sure hope so. Do you see the resemblance? And we look
Looking
nothing
at
like.
you. What do I know?
Okay. I look down at Regina questioningly, but don't say anything because I mean, like, I have a 2-headed baby that's being babysat by giant crickets. I'm like, I don't have room to judge what her
Whoa.
situation is.
as far as I'm concerned, I've got one big happy family with my mom roots and my random man I just met.
Random man dad.
Stranger danger.
So,
Yeah, so we're just gonna stand back and watch this activity play out.
you're gonna watch this level 1 catch. Oh,
He said he
didn't
wanted to
do it right.
catch it. Do we
Righty.
stop him?
This is gonna be terrible.
We'll pick him up.
Okay, I have the ability to bring people back to life.
I have the ability to point
how
out
many have I
exactly
rolled
all
so
your
far?
mistakes.
I'm gonna call out. I'm like, "Are you sure you want to catch that?"
Can I do a mage hand? Would that help?
Mm.
Mage hand can catch like what, 10 pounds?
I cast slow on the object.
I don't think I have anything that helps with this situation.
Would that help?
Can you please display that?
Sure. It affects people normally, but if I target an object, I don't know.
Okay,
Can I use
so
can I use an action to shove him?
you're altering time. Yes, you could totally shove. That is. I know that's an action as well. I can't quite. I think that has something to do with your strength, if I remember correctly. I can't remember off the top of my head.
It'd be an
You-
athletics check to shove them.
Athletics, thank you. So when you can alter time with this spell, this slow. Okay, so that's what you're altering, not the actual. Yes, I think you could cast slow on it to
Fuck
answer the
yeah.
question simply. What's your verbal and semantic?
So Franklin's eyes go pitch black, he gets like a luminescent white pupils, and his skin around his eyes becomes necrotic and gray as black flesh his flesh blackens as he whispers in abyssal, "Whoa there, slow down, bud." But if you don't understand abyssal, it sounds super intimidating. And he reaches out with his skeletal hand, and it like luminesces like black shadow, and then the object itself kind of highlights in black, and then slows down.
25 to athletics to catch it.
I have a 27 to push him away. No,
Uh,
24. 24. Sorry.
oh, thank you. I've got to roll a lot of things. So the compass does slow down in the air as you're casting that, Franklin,
Fuck yeah.
and you see it moving at the last. As you guys had moved out of the way, it kind of materializes the last little bit. When I say dripping out of the ceiling, I mean it was kind of coalescing into existence through the ceiling, it seemed like. And the last little bit seems to materialize, and then it sped up to normal fall distance from that height. So it was falling at a regular pace until about 50 feet above that, before you cast the spell on it, I would say. And again, having that, you're probably looking at the thing. You, Ezra, by since you're trying to catch it. You're not prepared for Warren to knock you out of the way. Could you please describe how you're going to knock him out of the way out of this 15-foot thing? Because I'm assuming you've positioned yourself. This is where it's going to fall, where I've said it right now. So you've positioned yourself, Ezra, I'm guessing, directly under this thing somehow?
Yep.
Yep. And then, Warren, could you please describe how and into which direction you're coming?
Oh, I'm raising my roll 20. Reset. Awesome. Great. Hold on. So he's right underneath that.
Uh-huh. Right in the center, more or less, I would guess.
Can instead of saying shove, now that I see this thing, can I say like tackle?
I'm just gonna gently push him out of the way.
Man, it looks like shit brick house.
You can say tackle. I mean, it's 6 1/2 dozen the other, in my opinion. The only difference would be that in this particular case of instead of the shove, which is more of just like moving them out of their space into another, you were also physically following them.
Yes.
Okay. So
do I get advantage for a sneak attack?
I mean, he is not paying attention. He is focused on the giant fucking compass.
You succeed in getting him out of the way. The thing that I'm more going to ask is if you could roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, sure.
On top of it, 8. Everybody watches as you shove Ezra just out of the way in the nick of time, right outside of the compass's range, tackling him to the ground. I'm gonna have to move that so that I can move you guys. Franklin, you're not here. Get out of here.
No.
So, where'd you go? There you go. You are pushing Ezra just out of the space, Warren, and there we go. It's not a really good way to show it exactly how I want, but you're more or less. Let's move you here then, and move you here, there. But your legs get trapped under it as a of the I was trying to think of something there, but yeah, it was slowed as well. So only 14 damage was like bounced off your legs as the compass settles on top of them. That's what I was doing. Yeah, there we go. It was falling at half speed, but it still kept speeding up because gravity is what gravity is, and I know it halved the time that it would have usually fell, but gravity still was in place. It wasn't affecting gravity, it was affecting time.
It's all relative.
Yeah, it is.
Darn physics.
Meters per second, right? Time.
It's not a good idea.
I know. I had to think of it some way. I knew meters per second equals gravity, and then I was like, and then you halved the time, so like gravity stayed the same. It was constant, so it still moved. at a slower pace, granted, but which would it have the time, which would have technically increased the time that it would have fell. But if it was 9.8 meters per second, as it is on Earth, it would have been like 18 in this instance meters per second, and there are 3 meters in a foot, and there were still 50 feet. Blah 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 blah. Mental math.
You're good.
Fun.
Turn to him. Looks like you found your path.
I look down at your legs and I'm like, damn, how heavy is that thing?
Ezra shrugged. Not that heavy. And he goes over to lift it off his legs.
Strength check again. Thing is still massive. I mean, it's 15 feet across.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Nice. You pick it up, and as you do so, it succumbs to your will. Is there any intent that you have upon this object currently, besides being able to pick it up?
You're mine. And like, I'm like, kind of like, as I'm picking it up, I'm kind of like squeeze it, like, you belong to me now.
So just hugging a 15-foot compass?
Yep. It's mine. Also looking
No.
down, like, is your
Oh.
feet out of the way now? Your feet
There.
safe?
I guess
Are you just laying there like, God damn it?
is what I get for helping.
As I see all this play out, I'm just like, okay, I think the next thing we should look to purchase are maybe some healing potions or some healing items or something that heals.
And
And
then you recall the very last thing you did purchase, which were some potions of greater restoration.
Check mark. Nailed
yeah,
it.
I actually have that written down, and I spelt bought very wrong. I can't spell. Close enough, I guess.
Mm-hmm. You knew what you meant.
Did we say how many we bought or just one?
I think I want to say it was 20.
Okay, because I have just greater health potions, and then that's it. I didn't write down a number.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
want to say.
we should-
Okay, right, 20, and then we divvy them up between the three of us.
Yep.
Yeah. We should test them because that dude sold them for like wildly cheap. At this level of hell, I scooch closer. I don't know if you know this, is literally called greed. I'm a little confused at the prices we've been dealing with, but I'm not going to complain.
I'm finally home.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, and I pull out one of these greater healing potions, and I'm like, here, drink this. I'm sure it'll help. And I just hand it down to Warren.
I have
Is
no
it-
reason not to trust her, so I drink it, I guess.
I have a
If you-
notepad out with a pencil, waiting to write down the results.
If you're in your inventory or to add something to your inventory, it is a greater potion of restoration if you want to roll those dice.
Hold on. Worry.
Okay, yeah, I had 6 of them, so I just gave you one. Oh, and
Say
look,
that
it'll
again?
roll it. Does he
Greater-
roll it or do I roll it?
He does. He drank it.
Okay.
What was it? Greater.
Greater
Potion of
restoration.
healing greater. Like the
Yep.
ones I have greater in parentheses.
Yep. That give you back what you lost.
Hold on.
Let's see, greater be 4d4 plus 4, right?
Sounds about right.
Well, so mostly.
Nice.
You got almost all of it back.
You feel your legs in the tingling sensation that was becoming almost numbness alleviate, and slight pain resonate through them before you yeah, they close up, they heal up, you're able to stand up.
Will the Will Slim Slady please stand up? I stand up.
And when you're looking and holding the compass to submit to your will there, Ezra, and for it to be able to be picked up, besides having actually physically picked it up, it shrunk down into the size of your palm. And you can put it in your inventory. I will create it later. If you know how to
Who
do that.
boss now?
What does he think happened? Does he think that he just did this? Like, yeah,
Yes.
me.
Yes, very much so. Ezra thinks I made it small.
Yes.
On my list.
That's gonna be useful.
Hey boss. Hey boss. Amos
Yes.
waving from the entrance. Some goblins are staring into here. I don't know what they want. We've
I turned to
had
look at them.
the goblins, or
Yeah, the goblins.
and they're just kind of staring at the crickets. They you can tell that they're children. It seems like, and they look like they want into this back alley that you guys are in currently. One starts to pull a knife, and while Amos has got his back turned, looking at you.
Amos,
What?
turn around. There's one of them gonna stab you in a second. Do you want me to kill them? Turn to the others. Hey guys, these children are gonna try to stab us.
I'm like, Bob, do you want a snack?
Where are they?
I didn't actually draw or put anything in there. I was. They're out
Can't
here.
lose Amos. He knows.
I draw my. Do I see them?
Yes, I would say if you looked over your shoulder and such.
I turn around and I draw my flaming longsword and say night.
And as you guys start to gather at the entrance, they were looking at the crickets as easy targets, but as you guys start gathering at the narrow entrance, they scatter back into the crowd that's on the other side of the alley and back street that you guys find yourselves on, which there. I know I haven't visualized it there for everyone, but we're kind of in a theater of the mind moment. You're in a town. There are buildings around you, all kind of ramshackled stone works that are situated on top of this metal grate that the heat below you is radiating from the magma that this town is situated on top of. And there are hundreds, maybe thousands of goblins milling about in the streets. And there are hawkers and street vendors and buildings that are claiming themselves to be any manner of business outside of the alley as you poke your heads out.
Wait a minute. We're in the level of hell of greed.
Yeah, after seeing these
Yep.
children, I also just remembered something. There are pickpockets very active in this area, so be wary of your belongings.
So
Thieves.
it probably isn't a great idea to be carrying a lot of
A lot of things that can be stolen easily. Yeah, probably
back
not.
money.
Yeah, I agree.
I say that, and I have a backpack full of gems.
Ezra goes to stand right next to Regina.
Yeah, can I head back to the pocket rocket for a quick second?
Sure,
Yeah.
man.
Do you
We're
need
just
me to
chilling.
Do you need me to put you there, or
No, I just need to transfer some stuff into
maybe that chest that you emptied in the first place from the
yes.
chest or two?
Yes.
That's who emptied the chest.
It is. Warren is definitely who emptied the chest inside
Warren!
So what are you just putting some of your more valuable items like the crown and
Well, I don't want to be carrying 341 platinum, 615 gold, 250 electrum, 353 silver, and 298 copper pieces. I don't want to be carrying all that.
You guys are stacked.
I rob
Yeah.
people a lot. This is when I said I found my home, I was not joking.
I was very excited to create this level for you, Warren.
And you finally get to experience it. And I'm like, yeah, we were just doing some shopping.
I'd also like to get rid of my black gem, my glowing golden platinum ball. I have
Glowing
gold. I remember how we there was that thing, that chest in the underworld.
The chest of desires.
No. And something got poured on it, and all the contents got melted into a liquid.
Yeah, it was the chest of desire.
What?
Yeah, that was the chest of desire because you put some stuff in there with the intent of something that created light, and then it kind of remelted itself into that ball.
Oh yes. All right. Okay. Yeah. Yes. So that. I also have red gems and a bunch of rubies.
That would also be where Ash had gotten her hoard.
Yeah, because I have and I didn't realize this until very recently, just piles and piles of gems just in my backpack.
Is there a way to add another section to your inventory?
For gold and such, not
Well,
so
much. I mean, there's I have equipment and then I have a backpack holding.
You can add another backpack and
Yeah.
label it your backpack of holding.
Or
Because I also have the pocket rocket, I think is a storage option.
yeah.
And
that
then I
would probably
have
be smart for yourself, for instance, so you know that you have this stuff. It's just not on your person at this time, for instance.
Mhm. Yeah, so I kind of forget how to do that.
All right, I figured it out. Name.
So-
Chest.
While Warren's doing all of that, I am guessing Franklin is probably talking to Regina and Ezra about stuff they want to buy potentially, and that they have some sugar daddies to buy the stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so let me give you a rundown of what's going on. I turned to Ezra. You don't know this, you're dead. I think. Word hell, literally, hell. I don't know which denomination this is. Look around. But we're there. This is level 4, greed. And we are in the first city structure that we've ever seen. And we've got, I lean really close and not to give it away, a fuck ton of money. And we're here to spend it. So if you want to have some items that you would be interested in purchasing, you should look those up.
Oh, I'm dumb. I have a backpack of holding with secret compartments.
You do.
You do.
That sounds like a way to lose shit.
It does sound like a way to lose shit. Also, if somebody tries to pickpocket that, what happens? Do they get sucked in?
One way to find out.
So I'm going to put all the stuff I don't need to be carrying, like gems and shit, in the chest, and then I'm going to put the majority of my money and keep, I don't know, 300 gold pieces in the secret compartment.
Okay.
There's no way to do that. I don't think I can separate my money in different spots that way.
No, that's what I was saying earlier. I don't think so either, but I understand what you're trying to do there. So, Regina or Ezra, did you respond to Franklin? Of anything you want?
Just anything ever.
Better axe.
That really seems to be anything you could really think of, or like find, or like
A disguise kit, a cloak of invisibility, nice hat.
A nice hat.
you
A
can
nice
combine
hat, a
the
better
disguise
axe.
kit and the hat to get a hat of disguise.
Uh,
That's an option.
I'm still like burnt to a crisp, right? Do you have any of those mangoes?
Wait, did the greater healing potion do anything with that, or should I just give him a mango?
The greater healing potion did not do anything with his hair. No.
All right, I reach into my bag and I give you a mango.
Because I think I remember last time I took away my 5 o'clock shadow.
Well, that's because it aged you back a year. Because the first time you eat a mango, it reverses 1 year of aging. And if you wait another year to eat a second one, it reverses it again by a year. So I guess you could just not age by just continually eating mangoes. Should we
Yeah.
just make a mango
You
farm and forget this
actually-
adventure?
yeah.
I think so.
Save the seeds.
Yeah, I eat the mango, I guess.
And your hair does regrow. And what was the healing on that? Because there was still a little bit of health that you needed too. I just forget I was typing something else over here.
Hold on, let me click on it.
Also, I wasn't at full health when we started this.
Okay, so never spoiling mangoes, you regain 1 year of youth. You regain 10d4 plus 20 hit points. So
Oh, if it's just
you
plus
roll
20, I'm
come
at
through?
full health.
Yeah.
It could be.
that's
I could
okay.
roll 0.
Jesus! By Manny's beard, you should be at full health.
Yeah, that was way overkill. I needed 5 hit points.
You got 45.
You
I
couldn't
hope your
seem
hair
to-
and mustache grew back.
It did with the goatee and all, and you feel yourself a year younger.
I don't. I think it's. I don't know. Time passes weird. It might have been a year. Whatever.
You might have
Sure.
from the
It's
last
hard
time that
to
you
tell
had one.
time down here without real nights and days because we kind of just go to sleep when we feel tired and not when the sun sets.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it just turned us all into narcolepsy.
Yeah, I have no idea what year it is.
Man, I wonder what my mom's doing right now. She's probably
That's a
freaking
fun
out.
question. What year did you guys all die? What year was it when you came in?
I don't remember dying.
We died.
We're dead?
I
I'm-
think we're dead.
That was
I
also.
don't think we're dead. I am in denial. We're not dead. We're just stuck in hell, and we're gonna get out of here because we didn't start in hell. We started in a maze with a minotaur named Brad and a bunch of dwarves that didn't like to talk to us, so we
See,
left.
I
Oh,
also.
I started here.
I also agree that I think I'm dead,
Turn
or
your
that,
mod.
or at least I died and Manny revived me somehow. Because the last thing I remember was running from a group of people that I'm severely pissed off by being me.
I turn around pretty abruptly, and I'm like, "We aren't dead. I am still alive. We are going to get out of here because I have things to do on the surface. This is just
Well-
a little bit of a distraction." And then I
Hey,
just kind of march away.
Well, the last thing I
Hey, it's
remember is
okay.
sleeping in hiding out in a hay barn, and then smelling smoke, and then I woke up on the table.
Oh. You think you burned to death? I look at you. That makes a lot of sense.
Explain? Do I have a fiery personality or something?
No, weren't you literally just covered in birds?
Well, yes, but that was from something I recently did.
Yeah, I know, but monkey,
No, I don't.
I mean, I look at the others. You don't think that this is just something that happens?
Wait, say what you said again. What happens?
Like him just burning, like getting lit on fire. Like, yeah, I think you died, and your torture is you just get lit on fire over and over again.
How many
That
times
would
has he
make
caught on fire?
only once. If that's true, then I was probably eaten by a gelatinous cube because I've been in like 6 of those in this campaign.
Well,
Yeah,
I keep
anyway.
that's happening a lot.
I keep getting trapped in things.
You should get a key. Like one of those bone keys. Those are cool.
Yes, the bone keys.
Anyway, regardless if we're dead or alive, even if we were dead, there's nothing stopping us from going to the surface once we free Minneapolis.
Yes.
There's nothing stopping us from living our lives except death.
Not even death.
That's not going to get in my way.
I've been dead for too long. Anyway, so yeah, if you guys want to go shopping, we're gonna go shopping. And then we're also here to go look at a temple, if you want to do that instead. To
Yeah.
attempt to find out some information about this level of hell, because I turned to the new guys. Our overall goal, apparently, and I point at the torque, is to free the god of evil from his prison, which is inside his ceiling pyramid, which is the planet. You have to like break a bunch of seals. I get a surprise look on my face, which reminds me. I pull out the cube thing. So
Tridecahedron.
I think
Tridecahedron.
Craig is slowly taking over. Matt.
The
Oh, no.
tridecahedron. Oh, I thought that was just me. I thought I was just
Nope.
robotic. I understood what you were saying, but it was a little spotty. Yeah, you pull out the tridecahedron is what you were talking about that you got from Griselda after you guys had toothpasted her.
Toothpasted her. That's a verb now.
Uh-huh.
I found this in Griselda's pockets after we turned her into a tube of toothpaste. And I don't really know what it is, but the description is very interesting. I wonder if it's a portal to the other levels of hell that we've been to.
And you guys realize that there are 3 levels, or rather 3 colors solved on the 13 sides since you pulled it out,
I just posted the thing.
which is different from the last time anyone has seen it, where there were only 2 sides.
The texty here thing, if you touch it, it'd get the red down. It says, what's the side is solved for a color? Touching the solved side's color while it in contact will move the wielder of those contacts to corresponding level of hell. I think this is a teleporter, guys, to different levels of hell. Which is game changer. Game
Yeah.
changer.
Yeah.
Ezra looks over at Regina. The turtle talk big words. What he mean?
I totally stepped away for a second and missed all of that. So Regina just has like hypnotized, blank, glazed over eyes. What turtle?
Is there?
One over there. And he points to Franklin.
Oh, that guy. What did you say, Frank?
Oh, hey. I think we have a teleporter to the levels of hell that we've already been to. I think.
That we've already been to?
Two.
Yeah, so these ones here, these 3 colors, I think oh god, sorry. It's really hot down here. I think
You
if we
roll an-
touch one of these,
Could you
we'll
roll an
get
insight
teleported.
check for me, Warren?
What check?
An insight.
Is that skills? Yes. That comes through. 11.
11.
Yes.
You, having been playing with your box,
Why did I waste level?
realize the colors that are solved on the cube, well, 13-sided cube that Franklin is proffering currently, correspond with the colors that are displayed on your box. The dots that appeared on them.
Yes.
It's the Illuminati. Fucking knew it.
Do I have to go through all levels till I get my crown back?
What if it's not your crown? What if it's Manny's crown?
Well, then me
What
and
if
Manny's
he's
gonna have a
Manny?
fight.
I look at him closely. Are you Minneapolis?
No.
I don't think
Tell the
I don't
truth.
think I don't think anyone else has made this connection because I just that's why I wanted Warren
Yeah,
to
I
roll
think
it there.
a few of us have seen his box that he's tried to break into, but
Mhm.
haven't like really examined it.
When you said the stuff is lighting up, I was like, oh, man, this is just something I want to be able to get open. There's gonna be a process.
Sorry, buddy. You did this to yourself, just saying.
I know, and I'm really mad.
It also says we could solve this additional sides by rolling a dexterity or an intelligence check. So we could just skip right to the top if someone's smart enough.
Should we finish our shopping spree and then
Yeah, absolutely.
go back to
Let's
the
go.
pocket rocket and play with this cube?
Box.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure it popped into my head, and I wanted to point it out.
Sure, everyone's hands on my box right now.
We're all just gonna fondle it until it opens.
That's normally how boxes work.
Fado. This reminds me of home.
You know I'm proficient in bondage, don't you?
Oh God, no!
So's my dad.
Oh God, so dark, so fast.
At least you know your dad.
Yeah.
So you guys going out on the town?
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
been Googling.
So
I've been-
you guys wander out into the crowd. More of a theater of the mind thing, but you can move your character tokens at least out of the alley for your own references. And you're walking through the crowd, and just about anything you can imagine is popping up on the signs of the buildings that are around you. Is there anything that anyone's looking for?
Invisibility cloak.
I found some cool things I shared.
I have a
Invisibility
list.
cloak.
You also recall that armor and weapons were a Bildrith
So we gotta
direction,
go to him.
which is in the tavern. But you do pass some armories and weaponries that might
Or-
spark some interests. But you've got some time constraints, obviously, for the literal evening that we have. Is anyone gonna take prominence here of which you'd like to go for? Armor, weapons, potions, etc.
Let's decide which place we want to go to, like what kind of guy, and then we can all order there, and then go as a group to the next place and order, etc.
Efficiency.
That's how my parents did or Christmas when they let me out.
When they look at me. Jesus.
I would really like Cloak of Invisibility, and there was something else I said that I can't remember right at the moment.
Regina or Ezra? I know you're probably feeling like you don't get much say, but you do.
Ezra, as soon as they said there are thieves abound, Ezra is going to since he's calling Regina his little pup, he's going to put her back on his shoulder if she'll let him
Yes.
for safekeeping.
Okay.
Oh.
So wholesome.
What you want? They say we will get stuff.
I want a gun. I want an anti.
A gun. Ah,
Ah,
Yeah.
let's
I
give the child a gun. This can only go right.
Yes, because that is not a left-wing thing. I mean, excuse me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
All right, let's get this child armed. I want an antimatter rifle.
Do we see a sign that says "Buy gun here"?
My gun here.
yeah, it's right next to a liquor store and the church for some reason.
Actually, it is next to those things, but it does call it itself an armory as opposed to the buy gun here.
My
Guns
gun.
are us. Ooh, I could get some dynamite there. I'm looking to get a lot.
You guys,
I shared some items in the Discord.
I seen those. So I was leaning on some of that information there. So do you guys go into the armory or?
Yes.
I think we could do armory first. Yeah.
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 Where did you find those at, Jesse?
I am on Pinterest, and I type in like D&D magic items, and I have like a whole list of stuff.
Oh.
I even have some D&D guns, but they are much more in depth on their descriptions.
I just found the antimatter rifle when I went to like D&D Beyond and did inventory and just add. It
Well,
was
that's
just
already there. That's cool.
Mm.
I want the blood axe and I want the rhino. Blood axe and rhino. Yes.
I am very surprised you were looking at axes as Ash.
I
Maybe
have
the-
a whole list with just a variety of weapons in it because I'm like, oh, that weapon's pretty. I'm gonna save it.
Oh, okay. I see.
That's
It is.
exactly-
It is mostly daggers, but I have a lot of weapons.
I thought maybe you were thinking of Mame too. Anyhow, you guys walk into the shop and you see weapons galore. There is easily 3 levels inside the shop, although it looks like it's only a 2-level on the outside. And as you're standing on the inside, you're going, "Wow, this had to have been magically enchanted because this is way bigger than it is on the outside." And the goods are splayed out everywhere, and it's not even 10 feet as you walk inside. There was a musical sounding chime as you guys walked in. Da-da-ding. And you are greeted by a goblin that's more well dressed than some of the other ones that you've seen, and more well kempt, even though his teeth, as he smiles at you, walking up to you, greeting you guys with, we've got some travelers here. What can I do you for?
Just browsing.
I need axes and gun.
get this kid a gun.
I love this negotiating abilities, and I turn to the proprietor and I'm like, yes, we would like to see what kind of axes you have in stock, and if you have any long range weapons.
Well, we have many things in stock. How big is your budget?
Big enough. Intimidate.
I kind of had positioned myself so that he would be standing like just behind and to my side, so that he could like lean over me and glare.
Okay.
There's
go
also
ahead
a
and roll
crocodile at
intimidation.
my feet.
Go ahead
Wait,
and roll.
who's rolling intimidation?
That would be Ezra, and I
Oh,
know
no.
there's the crocodile at your feet. Ash, you can assist.
I will insist. I will assist with intimidation too, by just kind of like, I don't know, like cocking my eyebrow, like, how dare you question us? A dirty 20.
Nice. He just kind of just like, whoa. No need to hold me up here. I don't run the warehouse. What are you looking for? Anything specific I could probably get you?
Do you have
Easy,
any
guys.
enchanted axes? I say very sweetly.
He goes, there's many that I can get you. What? I mean, do you have something in mind? And he just kind of gestures to like a whole wing of the area that they're at. And you guys look over, and there's like floor to ceiling 3 levels of axes off in that back
Franklin
corner.
kind of rolls his eyes. We did this last time. You gotta ask for the specific item. He walks forward. Like a sentinel shield, please.
A sentinel shield. Let me see what
Yeah,
I can do for that. And he kind of you
and
can tell it-
dynamite. A lot.
and he he looks around, and then he pulls up off the side of him out of a side pocket, and kind of rests it on his forearm this like spell sentinel wrong? I thought I spelled it right. No, I spelled shield wrong. He pulls it up on his arm, and then you kind of see that it's this mirrored surface that you can only see his face in from from your angle. As he's kind of like tapping it, he goes, "Oh, come on, no." He's looking at it, and he goes, "Well, I think we have some in stock of the Sentinel Shield, and
Fuck yeah.
the dynamite is easily obtainable."
Great. Then let's see. Everybody just list off my stuff, then I'll shut up. Walloping ammunition, however much I could get, that'd be great. Dynamite, I said that. I need some alchemist fire. Some I guess the armory. Do you have an arbor? I need to outfit a number of goblins. And ring of mind shielding, and a staff swarming insects. They're all set. I step back. Thumbs up. I don't know which of those you guys do here, but
Well, we deal in armaments, as in those that you could give to. Yes, seems like we could definitely.
you get most of that.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
All right. You just let me know.
Would you happen to have a pair of spiked knuckles of face punching?
I like it.
That's. How did you find such good ones? How long have you been looking on Pinterest for stuff?
Since I started DMing.
You find all sorts of cool stuff on Pinterest.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, this seems like it's going to be rather burdensome for just a total all. What I'll tell you, what I'll do here is, if you provide me with that list of all the things that you've just described,
Hell
and
yeah.
he's already started typing some of it, but you can tell
Typing? Do you have a computer?
he's like, yeah, type. He's like
Just fucking
tapping.
idiot.
I know, he's like tapping at this mirror, and he's kind of gone slack-jawed at the point where you started describing more than like 3 items, and he goes, if you just gave me like a list, then I'll be able to get everything that you want in a price. Maybe come back in like an hour or 2.
That's perfect.
That's probably it's more than I was expecting. This is wonderful. I could yes.
Yeah, we can afford it. Don't worry about it.
Meta-wise, this is him just kind of like brushing you guys off until you get that list, and you put it whatever you want in that Discord, and I will work up a price, and you guys can come back and haggle with it next time because I think you guys want to go off to somewhere else.
Yeah, I think we
Probably.
also need to go to. Didn't they say there was a place we could exchange our gems for money?
God damn it! Now I'm gonna be up all night looking at magical items, trying to make.
Yeah, there was a there
You
was
won't
a
get
gem
lost.
exchange.
George.
I wish I could share this list with you. Do you have a Pinterest account?
Do I have a Pinterest account?
I do, and I probably have most of these already.
So he goes on to say, you mentioned something about exchanging magical gems. Magical gems. That'd be over at the church. Usually does most of the exchanging, and they kind of handle currency actually around here.
Perfect.
Okay, so yeah, we definitely want to go there for some currency.
Are you telling me that the place that handles money around here is the church?
It's not questionable
Yes.
at all.
Yes.
Do they also happen to be the governing body?
Well, I don't know how it is where you come from, but yes.
Perfect.
I kind of just scratch my chin and I'm like, I see.
Sucks, bro. All right.
Same goes for you, Regina. If there's anything that you can think of, just
Okay.
Yeah.
All
It'll
right.
take a billion years to get through.
yeah. I was like, oh, you guys, you said you were coming prepared, but I was not that prepared. Damn.
Sorry.
I also was not prepared, apparently.
No, you're good. You're good. Just I'll put it in there, and I'll work it up, and we can negotiate it out. There's no sorry to be needed, Jesse.
Yeah.
I was underprepared, and you were perfectly prepared. But I want to make sure you guys are able to get to somewhere else. So he's like, yes, I'll get it together.
Perfect. You're the boss. All right.
All right, so where are we gonna go next?
Gem exchange, and then we had to learn about the temple here to see what what this level's seal is. I think.
All right, I now have a profile. My name is Maddox444.
Oh
Okay.
God, I want this lawbreaker. Oh my God.
Yeah, I thought that would actually be pretty good for Warren, but I was like, just seems like a nice piece of armor.
Ooh,
Um,
Lawbreaker, I need to see this.
It's in the
Oh
Discord.
God. Yeah.
So the church handles the money, and
Oh my god, it's a medieval leather jacket. I need it. Breaking the law. Breaking the law.
Do they make it in plus size, guys? Ugh.
I bet we could have it custom made.
Pink.
You guys are walking down some of the streets, and you see an armory nearby, or armory. A
Jeweler.
Jeweler.
Gebis.
a
Whatever
jeweler.
they're called.
Yeah, I was
Jeweler.
gonna say, did we need to go to the church to exchange gems for money, or to the jeweler, or the?
I mean, it sounds like the church is the government, and that's where also you exchange gems, right? Or is it like a side business? I mean, here's the thing: if we go to the gem guy, we talk to them, get their scoop on the layout of the temple, the political stuff going on, what their low-down opinion is. Then we go to the temple and we ask them, compare the two, then we'll know more than what we know now.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Collecting information is always good.
I write that down. Dice.
Man, I'm trying to think of good, funny, like hell puns for jewelry store names.
Oh, and as you're walking by and down the street, you probably point out Ash to Warren, the magical item guy / is Isnil, that was the enchanter that had some cloaks that you guys had gotten, as well as the
Yeah, I wrote down
Right.
Easel.
Isel.
Okay.
We point him out.
All right, I walk up to him.
You walk
Yeah.
up into the shop, and the cowbell over the door clings, and then you hear from the back in a goblin voice going, "You are customers," as well as in goblin. And they walk back out, and seeing you, Ash, and Franklin, and go, switching to undercommon. You're back so soon. Is there something I can help you with?
And I kind of just like wave to Warren and Ezra. And I'm like, I brought you more customers.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. What can I do you for?
How different is common and undercommon? Because I don't speak that.
Night and day.
I was gonna say if we were speaking in Goblin, because I can translate that.
Oh, I thought you also had undercommon. You said from last time.
I have Common, Dwarven, Gnomish, and Goblin.
My
And
apologies.
thieves can't. Yeah.
So
I don't actually remember us
hey!
saying she was talking in Undercommon, but maybe I
realizes-
missed that.
So
you can't understand her. Go
can you
ahead.
I
please
have
translate?
undercommon.
Can you please translate from Goblin to Thieves Can't? Because I can speak that.
So she realizes you don't understand her. Sorry, did I cut someone else off? Ezra, I think maybe.
No.
So yeah, she switches back to Goblin, realizing you didn't understand her, and goes, "What can I do you for?" And
She is the enchantress. She will help us enchant any items you want. Did you have stuff that you needed enchanted, or that you know, or she could give us items that she already has enchanted?
Hold on.
You just got real quiet.
Last time we were here, we got cloaks of protection.
Mm-hmm.
So
and you'd seen their cloaks, new cloaks, which is what I was drawing upon your request for an invisibility cloak from before.
Yeah, I would really like an invisibility cloak. Although, if you could, like, I don't know how, like, that triggers and stuff. Because it'd be really cool if I could just enchant the clothes I have on, and then every time I put my hood up, I turn invisible. I don't know how stuff like that works.
I translate this to Esel, what Warren is asking for. About the invisibility cloak, or if she's just able to enchant an item he already has on his person.
And she looks him up and down and goes, "I could probably enchant something that he has on him, but it takes some time. I do have some cloaks of invisibility that I think I've enchanted a while ago. It's been some time. I'd have to dig them out. It's one of those things that I don't get asked for a lot. Well, as well as that, but the government doesn't let me. I mean, the church doesn't let me
fuck government. man.
provide so many of.
I get it.
They don't like the cloaks of invisibility. Well, I would appreciate it if you could look through your wares to see if you have anything already like that.
In black or red.
Now, do I be a bitch here? And I'm like, please look for hot pink.
Oh, you are translating. She'd go, hot pink, how dandy. Well, for that I could probably do you a bargain, a good dealio. I think I could do like 1,000 gold for something like that.
1,000 gold.
I
We
think we
have
might.
that, right?
1,000 gold. But you did so much better for what you did for us. I think I think you could give us a better price. I say as sweetly as possible.
You can roll a persuasion.
16 plus 2. So that'd be 18.
And she goes,
Wait, did I rolled the wrong thing? I'm sorry.
"Oh, I don't know.
I
wasn't
rolled a
looking."
Yeah, she had
performance.
performance.
Oopsies.
Sorry, I saw P and I clicked on it.
Click on the P.
23
That was
plus
my
2.
box.
23 plus 2.
Oh fuck. So 25. Yeah. She goes, "Oh well, you do me too much. You see, it's been sitting kind of dusty, especially because it was hot pink. No one really wanted it, so I lower the price just for you, though, like to 500 gold, 50% off."
And this is for a cloak of invisibility, correct?
Yes, yes. I only have a couple of them. I
Um,
only have the one. She raises an eyebrow and looks around as somebody's watching her.
Um,
Interesting.
do I notice? Do I notice her like shiftiness?
You can roll a perception to notice.
I do lean in like a little bit closer
As you
and
get,
I'm like,
go ahead.
and I'm like, all right, I think we can do that. I am trying to remember how much those gems were for because they really liked amethyst gems. Like, I'm wondering if I could just get away with giving her one of those.
How much is the base cost for those?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because,
I was asking. I apologize.
the base cost of a gem
The
is
the amethyst specifically, but yeah.
okay. So the amethyst, its base cost was 100, and I know that the amethysts they liked and emeralds were the ones that they did not have a lot of, but they did have a lot of. I think they said it was either rubies or
Rubies.
garnets.
It was
Okay,
rubies.
rubies.
Yeah. So
God damn it! I think that's the one gem I have a lot of.
Well, you can find more down here.
are you proffering one of them, or how are
I'm
you?
just gonna pull one out
Mm,
and I'm gonna ask, be like, is it all right if I pay you with these? And just indicating that I have more.
Her eyes get a little large, and she goes, "Oh, amethyst, those are hard to come by this deep in the crust here where we find ourselves. I could probably, just like three of those would probably suffice." She just kind of does some mental math.
I just give her like the biggest grin and I'm like, thank you, you are so sweet. And I pull out one other that's like the same size as that one, and I kind of like dig around and I try to find one that's a little bit bigger than those two and set them on the counter close together and slide them across to her.
And she greedily like shoves them into one of her pockets. You hear it tink 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 tink. And she goes, 1 second, and she runs to the back, and she comes back out with this red red-edged, black-bodied cloak that she's like, "I couldn't find the hot pink one for some reason."
And I do like kind of like laugh out loud at this, and I'm just like, that one's fine. It works out perfectly.
And she hands it to you. "Oh, that's good. I'm not sure where it went. Maybe my daughters were playing around with it. They do like that color for some reason."
I say to Ash, how big is the Lebowski in Thieves' Camp? Implying how much money do we have?
Um So I take the cloak from her and I thank her kindly, and I'm like, give your daughters my best wishes. I hope they have a great time with that beautiful cloak. And I walk over to Warren and I kind of like tell him to like turn around so that I can put the cloak on him. And of course he has to kneel down for this.
Because she's only 4 foot and he's 6'2".
Yeah. And I go to put the cloak on him, and I like lean in, and I kind of try to whisper to him, and I'm like, I have a bag of fucking rocks that they really, really like, and this is what we're gonna go exchange for money. Also, we have a steady income now. And then as I finish that off, I turn around to Isel and I ask her, and I'm like, now how does this work? Like, did I just make him invisible, or does he have to do,
Macarena to.
does he have to dance the dance of his people to get this cloak to work?
She goes, well, did you see him? Did he put the hood? Whoa, where'd he go? The hood's on. He must be invisible then. Yeah, as soon as he puts the hood on, it's invisible.
I turn around. Did you put the hood up, Warren?
Of course.
Yeah. So I turn around and I look around and I'm like, okay, it works beautifully. And I kind of just like say out loud, I'm like, Warren, nobody can see you.
Perfect.
Are you just gonna skulk around invisibly now?
I whisper in my torch. Perfect.
He's just never going to reveal himself unless it's
I
for
wish-
comical moments.
I take the hood down.
I whisper, we should ward the women's bathroom.
Why? Is there a lot of gold in there?
Something like that.
Some people would call it that.
Hey, the only blocks I want to play with is mine.
I see, for Regina, you'd put something in there for serpent venom. I'm not sure I'm following you there.
I don't know why I did that. I'm looking on Pinterest now. Sorry, disregard the.
Yes, that's everyone's just doing that now. We're just looking through Princess going, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Well,
The
you,
artworks is all really lovely, and some people give really good descriptions of what they
Yeah.
were thinking of.
Yeah, my thought with the serpent venom was my prior blow darts. So I was thinking of making poison darts, but I'm gonna find
Okay.
something a little more well thought out than that.
okay. You guys have probably approximately like 4 weeks until the next session, I would guess, of evil campaignness. Because we're definitely not going to be able to pull ourselves together, I would guess, for the session right after Eurythmic Veracity, which is normal. Just overall heads up, as well as if you wanted to run to somewhere else real quick, we could probably pull it off. That's why I was coming up with it.
Let's go to the jeweler so we can talk about the currency of these gems.
Okay.
Sure. There's also tattoos, but I think people need to look and see what they need.
Right, the
Can
magical
we get
tattoo.
magical tattoos?
Let's get
There
an
was a
extra
place
tattoo.
that said they could do such. You go to the jewelers then, or
I can show you the world.
Yes.
Yeah, we can go to the jewelers. We need to do that first.
all right, you guys go down the street back up to where the armory, the church, and the elementary school or something was, and you're walk into a nice sound that's almost harmonic as you're greeted from across the room. It's a lot smaller than the other places that you've been in, but the items that are in it are a lot smaller as well, and there's these it's just glistening with gemstones all along these cabinets. But a person kind of looks up across from the door from you, who's looking at some sort of ledger, it looks like, and just goes, "Hi." And let me know if you need anything. And all of the gemstones and such are encased in glass. As you're walking in.
Is Warren like paralyzed with pleasure as he walks in?
Oh yeah, you get an instantaneous orgasm from your chesticles.
It's like,
Just
oh,
work at a
this
bank.
place.
Lots of planning. Needs lots of planning. Planning.
I approach the counter and I ask them, I'm like, is this a place where we could exchange precious gems for coin?
Oh, you have such. Well, that's pleasant. Uh, change. Are they rough cut or what? Did you get them from the mines? He looks you up and down. He goes, "So travelers. Well, so very, very pleasant change." He stands back from his ledger, puts his hands on his hip, and he goes, "Well, yeah, we could definitely do some exchanging. But what kind of exchanging are you looking for those gems?"
Do you have a list of how much gems exchange for, or can tell me? I'm asking this because I don't want to reveal exactly what I have right away, and I kind of want to get how honest this person is.
I understand. And he goes, a list. Well, I could list them off to you. That'd be the easiest way at the current exchange rates. He kind of looks off into space up above your head and into the ceiling, and he goes, "Well, rubies, as I'm sure you've found out by this point, if you've found your way to meet my door, are relatively useless in this area. Well, they can come in and clock themselves at about, depending upon the size, obviously. We've got the smallest of measuring about a pinky nail." He holds up his pinky and he goes, "Those will come in about 5 gold, and then you go all the way up to," and he pulls his hands up, "the largest I've seen," and he holds his hands apart to about the size of the a soccer ball for everyone listening. It's a reference. It's probably about 500 gold there. But then we go to, and he puts his hands back together. Let's see now. The next precious that we've got around is you probably won't find yourselves any diamonds down in and around this pod. Those are still very precious, obviously. But then you've got all sorts. I mean, what are you offering here? I guess. And he just kind of puts his hands back together and he goes and crosses his arms, because I really don't want to list every gem possible.
I cut in and I was like, can you also identify gems?
Oi, good sir. He just nods his head back.
I forgot to put one of the things in the chest. And I reach into my pocket and I pull out a goldish green gem that I have no idea what it's called. That's what's in my inventory.
It says goldish green gem.
Yep. I have no idea where I got it. Probably out of some chest I robbed.
Goldish green gem. It's not ringing any bells.
It's a custom item. I don't know where you probably said I picked up a gold.
Jasper comes in a couple different colors.
Yeah, that sounds like Jasper to me too, but just trying to remember for the life of me.
Yeah, because if it's multicolored, it most likely is Jasper. But I mean, how many green gemstones are there?
A lot. 32 approximately.
Oh, okay.
That was just my first Google after I typed in goldish green gem.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
You pull it out. He looks at it and see what he gets with advantage, because he takes off of the top of his head a
Might be green fluorite too, because that's kind of got like a multicolored face.
He pulls off the top of his head a
I found a men's opal that has like a green but like a yellow hint to it too.
looking glass to magnify his eye. He closes one eye, he looks through it, and he looks at the gem, holds it up right close to the edge of it, starts holding it up so that the light refracts off of it in different angles. And he goes, I think this might be some sort of bloodstone.
Yep. That's cool.
Interesting.
I just scroll down to a random gem.
I actually just looked at bloodstone, and it is usually a dark green color, and it's speckled with any colors from like bright yellow or gold to what looks like a really dark orange or blood.
Mm-hmm. Rather unique. I could give you a good price for it. And he kind of like takes it down to a little measuring device and he sets it down to it. I could probably. We're just working in the church's size gold here, then, so I could probably give you a 500 gold for it.
That sounds acceptable.
And he keeps
Yes.
it on the counter, and he goes, "Okay, give me a moment here to count it out." And he pulls out a drawer, starts slapping gold pieces on it.
Can I do an insight check to see if he's being truthful?
If he's what?
If he's being truthful.
Go ahead.
Hmm.
I'd also like to do that.
Yeah, go right ahead.
I just don't want to get swindled. But I mean, like, we're gonna get more money.
And you guys can both tell that he's probably overpriced the gem. You're getting more than it's worth.
Fine by me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything about that. I'm gonna be like, these are probably hard to get down here. I just like think that in my head.
Okay.
So after they're done with that exchange, I'm gonna pull out a blue sapphire from my bag.
Okay.
And I'm
his
like, how much?
eyes light up, staring at it, almost as if entranced.
Like, how much would you give me for one of these?
He goes, "Those are quite rare down here. I could, and he's looking at this. Do you mind?" He goes to reach for it,
And I'm like, no, go ahead. All
grabs
while
it,
watching him.
and then sets it on the counter with a measuring device you'd seen before. Were there any sizes associated with those?
So they don't actually have any sizes. I just have like a stack of these guys. And it doesn't say whether they're rough cut or not. It says a transparent blue, white to medium blue gemstone.
I would say that they.
So I was like, we could just do random sizes if you want. I could roll to see what size it is.
I would say that they're all more or less rough cut in the sense that they aren't like faceted to fit into a piece of jewelry, right?
Yeah.
They aren't those sorts of cuts. But he'd still look at it kind of not literally, but almost you can feel the drool dripping from the corner of his mouth. And he's sizing it up there. Go ahead and roll for it then too, because that's something I should have had you do, Warren, but that was good enough.
What do you want me to roll? Just a
Let's-
d20?
Do a d12.
Okay. Cool.
3. So this one that you pulled out was probably about 3 inches in diameter. And he sits it down and confirms more or less that, and it was, I could probably give you about 300 gold for this one.
And I'm like, okay. You said 3 inches, 300.
Yes, yes.
So I'm like,
I say that. Oh, fuck. Is he speaking Goblin?
He is been speaking Goblin, yes.
yeah. So I would say that I probably translated for you for your interaction.
Mm.
Does he understand Common at all? Like, if they ask him a question, does he understand it and just speak back in Goblin, or am I also like translating both sides of the conversation?
You seem to be translating both sides of the conversation. He does seem to be at least partially versed in Common. You've been picking up because he's kind of been interpolating a little bit better than
So
Did
the
he give
previous
us
Goblin.
his name? Did we
He did
ask?
not. Nope.
Oh, we're being so rude. Rude. So I'm like, that sounds like a very good deal. Thank you. And then I'm like, what is your name, by the way?
Oh, well, if you so ask. Politely, I am Plund. Unluckily.
Lund with a P or with a B?
That would be with a P, as in pond, my lady.
I would not say it's unfortunate. It is a very unique name and not a name that I will soon forget. And I was like, my name is Ash, and this seems like very agreeable business. So I also need some money exchanged for these. And I pull out 10 more of the blue sapphire.
Oh, the hell. You hear him kind of intake breath and say more or less. You want to roll for those as well?
Just for what their sizes are.
Yeah, you can.
Do you want me to roll 10 d12s?
Yes, please.
Okay. I rolled them all at once. I don't know if that's what you wanted. If you want me to roll them individually.
That's actually perfect, honestly.
Huh.
So, 10d12, 62 plus 100, right? That's how that math works?
Yeah, because I think you did
No, not
100
plus
gold per
inch, basically.
inch. So,
So it'd be
62 inches.
multiplied.
6,200 gold. Jesus
Correct.
Christ.
This is from a little bit.
And
That's
yeah,
a
his
little bit
eyes
of
are
what's
just
in my bag.
his eyes are just bulging out, and he goes, "Well, that's gonna clear us out for the day." But he puts it all on the counter.
Um, does this guy
For
just
gold.
does this guy just have do like exchanges, or does he like sell jewelry too?
You seen jewelry in the cabinet? Yes, as you're walking in.
Magic jewelry, or just jewelry?
I don't know. Are you asking him?
Can you ask him, Ash?
I turn to him and I'm like, once you're done exchanging all that, do you have any magic jewelry you're willing to part with?
He's counting as fast as he can. He's on top of the glass countertop, and he goes, "Yes, yes."
I turn to Warren. I'm like, he says yes, but I think we need to give him a moment.
All right. I'd really like to pick up a ring of understanding, so I don't have to be like the third wheel in these conversations.
Smart.
Put that in
Right,
there.
we'll just write out a list for you here to leave it on the counter, huh?
Yeah, I asked him, like, can we make a list of things that we're looking for and leave that here with you?
Oh wait, yes, of course. Lund will provide. he says greedily, waiting for to get that gold back that he just gave you.
Good man.
So, yeah. Anything you guys want to put it in that general? I'll work it up. And work out a cost for it all. Eventually.
Awesome. You have time to work on it, I guess. So we should probably get it to him as soon as we can. I guess just drop him in the Discord. And then that way, like, the next time we sit down, you can just be like, all right, this is how much you owe me.
Pretty much. For the each individual peoples that you guys had interacted with.
Did we get that other guy's name?
I have things that I want. Many dark things.
I created a
Yeah.
chant, just a list of thingy-mabobbers we want.
Oh, nice. That's actually smart. I don't know how. I wonder if I could like. Yeah, I'll look there too. But that's actually smart. Right under WotC. Perfect.
All right. Well, I'm going to spend like the next hour and a half looking at stuff online.
Yeah, should we just end this right here while
Yeah.
we're overwhelming this poor guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome aboard. Pick all the items.
Yeah, welcome to the shopping episode.
We'll take one of everything, please.
So, Josh, if you do have an idea of like some sort of number of limitation, some sort of limitation for, obviously you can't have one of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, off
Let
the
us
top of
know.
my head, I don't. That's the problem because I'm personally mentally having because I'm like these items are all great, but then I'm like, how do I quantify?
Yeah, because
So
that's the thing. You also have to be like, okay, you can't have that. That's too OP. Or maybe you could put a clutch on some of them.
No, I like the idea that the evil campaign is rich and we're just like overpowered because of it, and the good campaign is poor and we're really struggling.
Pour any more, boys.
Yeah, I was gonna say we started a business.
Yeah, we're CEOs.
yeah, I don't necessarily think that it would be improbable to have any in all of these items, but it would just be depending upon budgetary means. And quantifying that is the problem again because
Yeah,
Yeah.
I figured I would give you a list of things that my
Yeah.
person was going for, and you could be like, okay, we have this thing. And it wouldn't necessarily be like, oh yeah, we have all these things. Like, we're in hell. There are limitations.
Why?
Because it's hell. I guarantee you they don't have good trade routes.
Apparently they do.
I
So
definitely
for
do not.
myself, I did like one, wild, crazy legendary that I would like, one rare, I think two uncommon, two or three uncommon, and then like two commons. Something like that. But I don't know.
Slap it into that list.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can find it. It's again the problem. The problem would just be whether or not you guys could afford it, which it's sounding like more and more feasible with Ash's deep pockets.
Yeah, they just keep
Okay.
getting deeper.
and great negotiation.
All right,
Great.
right.
The
Right, and I
deepest
get
pocket.
advantage on negotiating with all merchants. Although I haven't rolled an advantage yet because I don't think I can roll below a 23 on persuasion.
Wait, how do you get advantage with all merchants? Rural needs this.
It is armor that I'm wearing, which I would love to see Rarl wear this armor. Wait, let me find it because I have it still.
Yeah,
Hold
it's a
on.
dress.
It is.
That
It's
would
a blue leather
be
dress.
so
Oh,
good.
Wait a minute. I just thought of a way of like quantifying. Like, okay, so
Math?
my gold chest piece, is it based on my knowledge of what's valuable? Like I could walk past something that's valuable, but if it's not valuable in like my mind, it doesn't count.
I figured it was based on the like base or average of something's worth, like in the world as a whole. Because I think, like, when I think of something like that, it's connected to the world itself and not to like your personal wealth.
And that's accurate what Jesse's saying for the chest plate, because the chest plate isn't necessarily connected to your idea of wealth. If
It's just connected to wealth.
Oh God.
correct.
Yep. I remember this one. The merchant's attire. Oh God.
Yeah,
So,
I got that out of a chest of desire.
so could
Oh,
could I tell how much something is worth by holding like a fistful of gold or something, and like standing next to both and seeing which one I'm attracted to more?
Like a human scale.
Yeah, you could put one close to one nipple and one close to the other nipple and see which one's more excited. Yeah.
Oh, we could get nipple clamps with little scales on them.
Ooh, I feel a little heavy on the rights.
Yes.
I miss it just being a regular chess piece.
We should see if we can have somebody design that up for us.
Hope we haven't scarred you too much, Regina.
I'm good.
Okay.
That was a very delayed response.
I know. I was like, oh, sure. Yeah.
Do what you will with that.
Things are okay. They're just
Things are things. Yep.
Well, awesome session, y'all. I'll make sure you get all those things into that list of thingamabobbers that I definitely
Yes.
appreciate, George, and I'll work up a price.
yes. Please.
Head off to the church in quite a
Oh
few
yeah,
weeks.
and we needed to question. We'll question the jeweler person or whoever we're talking to about the church next time.
Okay.
If we
On Dragon
remember.
Ball Z.
Yeah.
Left off
All
with
right.
Lund the jeweler and questioning the church. Okay.
Have a good one, guys.
Good night.
Bye.
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 So have we scared you away?
A grand and wonderful thank you for those who took the time and made it here, to the end of the episode, where I know sometimes we are long-winded and others we are just dead silent. I don't know what to tell you. This is raw here, folks. Please remember to like and subscribe, and you can help support us just by listening. But you can also provide even more support, if you like, by going to Anchor FM page and following the support link there. If you do so, I will personally work in an NPC or an idea, whatever you'd like to hear played out. If you want, you can get a hold of us through one of our many options, including voice messages on Anchor FM, or DM to our Twitter, or any other social media that you can find us, YouTube, etc. You can share your ideas, otherwise listen for the shout out and thank you for making it through.